So I'm back. My mom isn't well, that's why I had a huge gap. I wasn't recording any videos. But let's start. This is periodic grade 6 for week 4 math. The main concept of these periodics is that you need to understand the multiplication and the subtraction sign when to add them. Remember, keep in mind in the previous terms we have studied that minus 4, let's say it with numbers, multiplication with minus 4 gives you a positive answer. Keep this in mind for this whole quiz. For positive 4 times, let's say, negative 5, that gives you a negative answer. So it will be negative 20. Okay. Next, if it's, for example, negative negative and then negative positive and then positive positive. Positive 4 times positive 4, that will give you positive. Okay. So in only one case, you'll have a negative answer when the signs are different. Keep in mind. When the signs are different, you're doing multiplication, keep in mind multiplication, okay? Multiplication you use, the answer will be negative. Now let's start this. Okay, let's focus on these. One thing I would like to tell mothers as well is that remember you need to build the foundation for math and science. If you don't build that foundation for the children, they're always going to have gap of information, as I see it for children who are doing grade 7 science. They don't know what density is. Like, this is a bit off topic, but they don't know what density is. And they're trying to do these questions and they'll miss them when they have the written parts. So I'm a Shorefat graduate as well. So I know that these things, the more you focus on them, the more you'll be able to do questions by yourself. So please focus on building their foundations. So what is the value 45x when x is equals to negative 1 over 3? So 45, and then you just multiply it by negative 1 over 3. Then you cross this out. Of course, I always say whenever you have a number in the numerator, this is in the numerator, and a number in the denominator, always do the first step, find out what is the simplest form you can do. So simplest form you can divide here by 3, because I know with practice that 45, 3 times 15 is 45. So divide by 3 and divide by 3. And mostly when it is a very small number, the number above, the number in the numerator, is in its multiplication. Okay, so divide. So this is just some things to keep in mind when you're doing these questions. So it will become easier in the exam. If it's not, so always divide by the smaller number below and above. If that doesn't work, then think about other numbers. But at this point, because it's a very small number, do it with that. So divide by 3, divide by 3. 45 divided by 3 is 15 times negative 1 gives us negative 15. Okay, so this is the answer for the first one, negative 15. Let's go to the next one. Here you have both negative. Remember what I wrote here? So negative 15 times negative 0.4. Negative, negative, what did I say? Always deal with the signs first, write them here. But I mean, you should be sure about the signs. So negative, negative, what did I say? It's positive. Now 15 times 0.4, when you multiply them, some people also have issues with multiplying whole numbers with decimals. Please try to practice these things. They'll cause mistakes in the exams for no reason. So 4 times 5 is 20, you put the 0 down, 2 up, 4, 5, 6, 6, and then you put the decimal point. Remember, you have to check the decimal points in both, the number above and the number below, right? The number below has one decimal. After the decimal, there's one number. So put 1 here. So now there's no decimal point in the number above, so you'll put a 0 here. Now you'll only put the decimal point, you'll move it inwards once only. So this is 6. So it'll be positive 6. That's your answer. Keep in mind, all of these rules are very important. And the more you practice them, the more you're aware about them, you will make less mistakes in the exam. Let's go to the next one. So we're done with question 1. Why am I saying we're done with question 1? I'll say the numbers over and over again, because so you will be able to directly go to the questions you are confused about. So you don't have to watch the whole quiz. So what integer is equal to 8y minus 10? 8, what is y? Y is 4. Again, when there's no sign or there's no operation between the 8 and the y, automatically think it's multiplication. 8 times 4. 8 times 4 minus 10. So what is that? 8 times 4 is 32. Minus 10 is 22. Why am I saying all of these things? Because a lot of my students who I give private sessions to, they get confused about these things. So I always tell them, I remind them over and over again, because I know the material is a lot and it becomes hectic sometimes. So you miss some points. So it's very good that you keep these things in mind whenever you're solving these questions. Now, minus 14 plus 21. So you just remember different signs. Now look at, this is addition, not multiplication, is addition. So keep that in mind. I'll use another pen, another color. So this is addition here, different signs. When they're different signs, addition and subtraction, you will subtract. Okay, so when you subtract, what do you get here? Minus 14 plus 21, you get 7. Okay, so just keep in mind, different signs, you subtract, you get 7 here. And the sign will follow of the larger, like this is the larger number, right? The sign will be the one of the larger number. So which one is the larger number? 21. So positive, so the answer will be positive. Next, 56 minus 16. Again, one is positive, the other one is negative. So what will you do here? Just think of this as a sign of this number, so it will be easier. So this is positive and the other one is negative, so different signs again will subtract. What will this become? It will become 40. What is the value? 2 over 3. 2 over 3 plus 1 over 12. So 1 over 12 multiplied by minus 4. What is it? 12, again, what did I say? When you have a number in the numerator and denominator, you cross it out. So 4, divide here by 4 again, divide by 4. You know that 12 is in the multiplication of 4, so you just simplify it by that number, by the numerator one. So 12 divided by 4 is 3, so 1 over 3 times minus 1. Now don't forget there is a minus 1 there. Please, keep in mind that there is a minus. These signs are very important. If you miss them, you make a mistake. So times minus 1 will become minus 1 over 3 plus 2 over 3. What will this become? 1 over 3. There you go. So that is your answer for this one. Let me just look at the fraction. And it's positive, right? 1 second. Because it's 2 over 3 and 1 over 3. So it's going to be positive 1 over 3. 1 over 3. So now let's remove that. The next one, we have 1 over 4 and then multiplied by 1 over 3 plus 1 over 12. Again, it's very direct, it's very easy. You just multiply them 1 over 12 plus 1 over 12. What does it give you? 2 over 12. 2 over 12. Again, you need to simplify it because again, lowest terms. So you divide here by 2. They're both even. Remember, we have studied these rules when we were kids in grade 4 or grade 5 that whenever it's even number, you can divide by 2. So it will become 1 over 6. 2 divided by 2 is 1 and 12 divided by 2 is 6. Because they're both positive, right? So we just add them. Keep in mind. Same signs, you add them. In addition and subtraction. Keep that in mind. So what is the value of minus 10? And then x, place it with 3. Again, multiplication, because there's no operation sign between them, multiplication. So plus 25. So minus 30 plus 25. So what is the number, which number is larger? 30. Just disregard the signs for the moment and see which number is bigger for this. So which number is bigger? 30. So then you'll put the sign of the 30 minus and you'll subtract them, right? Different signs you subtract. So you'll get minus 5 here. Okay, let's go to the next one. What do we have? What is the value of 2x minus 9 and minus 4? Let's do that. Here it's 2 minus 4, so multiplied by minus 4. And then we have minus 9. Remember, here now you have to keep in mind both the rules for addition and subtraction and for multiplication. So 2 is positive and negative 4 is negative. So what will you do? Positive, negative, different signs. The sign will be negative. So negative 8. Negative 8. Negative 9 is equals to negative 17. There you go. We put negative 17 there. 1 second. Remember, and then when you put negative 8 and negative 9 are what? They're both negative numbers. So then you add them because same signs. So negative 17. Okay, so another question here is 1.5. 1.5 times 4 and then minus 4.2. Again, two things we have to do here. First multiplication and then subtraction. But remember here, they're both the same sign. So negative 1.5 times 4. So here it will just stay positive because it's positive here and positive here. So 1.5 times 4, again, don't get confused by the decimal. You have to do the steps again. I'll just do it up here so it becomes easier. And of course, the person who knows all of these points, you can just fasten the video and watch it like, at a faster speed. So these, you'll be able to get to the answer faster. So 5 times 4 is 0, 2 up, 4, 5, 6, 6, and then check. Do both of the numbers have decimal? No, only the above number. How many places decimal is at? 1 place. So just put 1 here. And 4 has no decimal places, right? So it will be, just write 0 beside it. So just move the decimal inward once. So what is the answer? 6.1, sorry. 6.1. So write 6.1 here minus 4.2. Now 6.1 minus 4.2, subtraction again. So 6.0 minus 4.2, subtract them, and you'll be able to get here 6 will become 5. Sorry, 5 and 0 will become 10. 10 minus 2 is 8, and 5 minus 4 is 1. 1.8. Okay, there you go, and it's positive. So 1.8. Now, why is it positive? Because remember, you got here 6 minus 4.2. Which number is larger? 6. So you subtract the small. Which number is larger? Sorry, 6. So you take the sign of that. Let's go to the next one. Okay, again, just let's quickly do this one. 7 over 3. Now, by this time, you'll get a hang of how to do these. 3 over 7 minus 16. So what do you do here? You cross out the x, cross out the x, cross out the 7, cross out the 7. It becomes 1 minus 16, which gives you, again, which number is larger? 16. What sign is it carrying? Negative. So negative 15 is going to be the answer here. Negative 15. If you have any questions, please ask them at the bottom. And yes, you'll have my contact information on the screen, I hope. Okay. So now here, minus 10x plus 25, again the same thing, minus 10 times 30, multiplication here because there is no 10 times 3, sorry, is 30 plus 25. Sometimes I get ahead of myself and I say something, so don't get confused. I'm always like, look at the solvings. And if you find any mistakes, always do tell me, I'll fix them. So minus 10 times 3 minus 30 plus 25. And then what do you do? It's negative 5. Okay, let's just write negative 5 here. Okay, 13 minus 5 times 2. What is that? 13 minus 10 is equals to 3. So you put here 3. Next one, 2x. 2x, what is x? Minus 4. Again, it's multiplication here. And then minus 9, it will be minus 8 minus 9, which is minus 17. There you go. You have the answer, negative 17. Let's go to the next one. Okay, again, 3 over 4, these concepts just repeating. So the more you know, the more you practice them. And it's always not a must that you have to do questions from the quiz. Sometimes you can take out your time and do a few by yourself. If you would like, you can contact me and I can send you more PDFs so you can practice if you have any questions with these, if you have any problem with these questions. And of course, they're free. So 3 over 4 plus 7 over 8. So here, what do we do? Again, it's multiplication. There's a number in the numerator and denominator. Always try to simplify first. It'll become easier for you. So we divide here by 4, divide here by 4. Always divide by the smaller number and check. Is the larger number in the multiplication of 4? It is, yes. So we can simplify it. It becomes easier there. So 7 over 2 times negative 1. Don't forget to write negative 1. It'll become easier for you. So 3 over 4. 3 over 4, and okay, let me write it in a better, okay, so what will it become? Let me write it in a better place. So 3 over 4 plus minus, what is it? 7 over 2. 7 over 2 we got, right? 7 over 2. Now, of course, whenever we're dealing with fractions, we need to have the denominator the same. So we multiply here by 2, we multiply here by 2, and it becomes 3 over 4 plus negative 14 over 4. Now, what is it? Negative 11 over 4. There you go, you got your answer. Again, we'll just take the fraction, negative answer, and we'll put that. The number with the larger. Okay, here now. Kate is preparing raisin muffins for a party. She uses a bowl, has a mass of 0.2 kg and pours R cups of raisins in it. Each cup of raisins has a mass of 3 over 25 kgs. So what is the first question they're asking about? Which of the following represent the total weight of a bowl with raisins in kilograms in terms of R? So 1 over 5 plus 3 over 25 R, 3 over 25 R, so let's check. If they want the total weight of the bowl with the raisins, keep that in mind. So the bowl, which is 0.2, and R cups of raisins. So R cups of raisins, they didn't tell us how many cups of raisins they gave. They gave that as an alphabet. So 0.2 plus, okay, plus what? Plus R times 3 over 25. Because they gave you each cup of raisin has a mass of 3 over 25, but you don't know the amount of cups. But you know 1 cup is equals to 3 over 25. So as many cups you have, you'll just multiply it by R because we don't know. They didn't tell us the number of cups. So 1 cup is 3 over 25 kgs. So if she put 5, we just multiply 5 cups. If she put 5 cups, you just multiply it by 3 over 25, and you can find out the total amount, the weight of the total amount of cups of, like, the amount of raisins she put in the bowl. And you just add that to 0.2. So here, at this point, they've given you 5, but now they did not give you 5, they replaced that with the R. Okay, I hope you've understood this. So we just choose 0.2 is what? 0.2 is 1 over 5. 1 over 5 plus 3 over 25. Let's continue. And of course, if you get confused, always divide. So like divide here, so you'll just get the decimal. So don't get confused here. 1 is too small, it's not in the multiplication of 5, so you have to put a 0 up. Once you put the 0 up, you're allowed to put a 0 here as well. 0 decimal, sorry. And then you put a 2 here, and there you go. 0.2. What is 0.2? 1 over 5. That's why I chose 1 over 5 and not 1 over 2. Okay? I know these are little things, and some people who already practice them, they find it easy, but some other students, they find them difficult and they forget about them. So these are just little things to keep you remembering them. What is the total weight in grams of bowl after Kate pours 5 over cups of raisins? So now they've given you the R. Remember the R, which was missing above? They've given you that, the R. Pour R cups of raisins. So 5 over 4 times plus 1 over 5. Just write 1 over 5 because your life already became easier. It's in fraction, right? But there's another step, so keep in mind. So this is a fraction, so you can write it like this. So now see across. Okay, we have learned this. If you have practiced this and you have learned your math properly in the previous grade, this will be easy for you. So 5 and 25, you can divide that. 5 and 5, that's why I'm saying the foundation is very important. 5 and 5. So it'll be 1 over 4 times 3 over 5. You simplify that, it becomes 1 over 5 plus 3 over 20. Now, if you have 3 over 20 and 1 over 5, let me erase the rest of it. So it'll have more space. Oh, I erased the 3 there by mistake. 1 second. 3 and 20. Sorry, 3. So it will be, now you cannot just add it, right? Why can't you just add it? Because you need to understand here. You need to understand here that the denominators are not the same. So here you multiply it by 4, and here you'll multiply by 4, and this is the way you'll get the denominators the same. So 4 over 20 plus 3 over 20. What will you get? 7 over 20. Now your answer is 7 over 20 kgs, but do they want it in kgs? Check that as well. Okay, so everything, look, kgs. Well, why am I saying it's kgs? Kgs because they have given the units in kgs. So 7 over 20 kgs. 7 over 20 kgs. And then you're going to convert this into grams. Now, how are you going to do that? 7 over 20 kgs, okay, equals to box, because you want to convert that into grams. Now, cross multiplication is an easy way. So you can do that. 1 kg is equals to 1000 grams. So we'll do cross multiplication. Sorry, 0 here again, grams. So you do cross multiplication, 7 over 20 times 1000. Okay, and you know it's 1 kgs, like this will go here. You multiply it, cross multiplication, do it like this. And 1 kgs is just box, so you put 1 kg box, and the box is what you're looking for. So we're going to solve this part. What are we going to get? We're going to cross out the zeros. We're going to get 700 over 2. Now remember, keep in mind that this is a whole number they want. They don't want a fraction. So 700 divided by 2 is 350. Okay, you can also solve it on paper. I hope you guys know that, how to do 700 divided by 2, and then you get the grams. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so now the same question repeating again, 1 over 3, so you have 18 times 1 over negative 1 over 3. 1, so you divide again. I always say smaller number, divide that. We know 18 is in the multiplication, so we just divide here by 3. So what do we get? 18 divided by 3 is 6. 6 times negative 1 is equals to negative 6. Okay, there you go. Remember, keep in mind, one is negative, the other one is positive. You multiply them, different signs, you get the answer in negative, okay? Just keep that in mind. So now you have 24. 24 times 0.5. I've taught you the decimal, how to multiply it in the previous question as well. So you get 12. We're going a bit faster because the concepts should have been established by now. Now here, 10 times 11 is 110, plus 14 is 124. There you go, 124. The next one is 100 minus 4, 100. Minus 2 times 2 is 4, so 96. Remember the sign of this one as well, it was 110 plus 14, they're both positive, the sign is positive. Here it was 100 minus 4, the smaller number had a negative sign, so we just go to the sign of the bigger number, which was 100, so we put a 96 positive. Now here, 70, 5 over 7. Again, divide here by 7, divide here by 7. So what will this become? 10 times 5, which is 50. Next one is 0.6 times 15. 15 times 0.6. So remember, if you don't want to do it in decimal form, what you can do is 15 times, but if you guys know how to do this, I don't want to do it make it even more confusing, so let's just stick to the decimal form. 0.6. 15 times 0.6 gives us 9. So here you go, you can put a 9 here. Because usually what I do with my students as well, I usually teach them that if it's 15, because they have been studying with me for a while, they know how to, their foundations are built. So what I tell them is 0.6, what you can do, 0.6, every decimal or whole number has a 1 at the bottom. You can make it into a fraction. So you multiply above by 10, you multiply below by 10. So you get 6 over 10. So 15 times 6 over 10. Okay? Now you can simplify this. 15 and 10, again, what is that? Remember, it's in the multiplication of 5. So also there is a rule that whenever a number ends in 5 or 0, and the other number also ends in 5 or 0, you can divide by 5. So it becomes 3 times 6. So 6 times, sorry, it's 3, yeah. So this will be 3. And this will be 2, sorry. I got a little distracted, so 2 here. So 18 divided by 2, 9. Okay, again, here as well, what do? 8. 22 minus 12 is 10. Okay, 8 times 10 is 80. You just put 80 above. and here it's going to be 5, and then it's minus 5 plus 12, and then you solve this here, and it's minus 5 plus 12, you get 7, times 5, you get 35. There you go. So 35, and that is your answer, 35. Okay, sorry, 35. No. So x equals to 40, 1 over 5, again you just put it here, in the 40, plus 14, plus 14. So again you simplify it, you get 1 over 5, and then times 40. Sorry, simplify it by 5, because you already know that if n's the numbers, I just mentioned it previously. So divide by 5 here, so it'll get 1 over 1 times 8 plus 14. 14 plus 8. So it becomes 22. There you go. 22 for the first one, and the next one you get 2 over 3. 2 over 3 times 60. It becomes 1, divide here by smaller number, you understand by now, so 3 times 2, so it will be 40. 40 minus 9. Sorry, I'm just rushing a bit. I have a student waiting. So we have 40 minus 9, which gives us 31. There you go. 31. So there you go. I have done the best I can. The rest of the quiz will be uploaded. If you have any questions, ask in the section. You guys will have my contact. You can reach out for sessions. Good luck. Bye-bye.